Hi guys, welcome to this channel. I'm Adrian. Today we are visiting the UK Parliament. Ironically, the place is under construction, so we were not allowed to go in and to go round as proposed. But from this point, let's x-ray, as we see the structure, let's x-ray the function of this house. Now, the UK Parliament is the supreme legislative body of the United Kingdom, consisting of two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. It plays a crucial role in shaping laws, scrutinizing the government, and representing the interest of the public. The House of Commons. Members of this House of Commons is made up of members of Parliament who are elected by public in general election. Each member of Parliament represents a geographical constituency in the United Kingdom. Now, the majority party forms the government in the House of Commons. What are the roles they play? The roles. The House of Commons is the main legislative body responsible for proposing, debating, and voting on laws. It holds the government accountable by questioning ministers. Now, voting. Most laws or bills must be passed by the House of Commons before they go to the House of Lords for further review. The House of Lords. Now, members of this house are appointed and hereditary members. Let's take it again. Now, in the House of Lords, the members are appointed and by hereditary they become members. Now, this includes life peers. Life peers are appointed by the monarch but on the advice of the Prime Minister. Others are bishops and hereditary peers who inherit their position, though their members are now limited. Don't forget, we said the House of Lords. The members in this house are appointed or they are there by hereditary, so it makes them members. So appointment is by monarch, but on the advice of the Prime Minister. What role do they play? The House of Lords does not have the same legislative power as the Commons, but reviews and revises bills passed by the Commons. It can suggest amendments, but cannot ultimately block bills that have been passed by the Commons. Now, scrutiny. The Lords act as a revising chamber. The House of Lords, they act as revising. They revise, laws. So they act as revising chambers. They provide expert scrutiny of legislation, especially on complex or technical issues. They can delay legislation for further debate, but they cannot indefinitely block any bills. Now, other people are the monarchs. The monarchs are example of monarch in this case is the King Charles itself, the present, King Charles III. He holds a largely ceremonial role. He holds a ceremonial role, while technically the head of state. The monarch's power are now limited by laws and convention. The monarch formally opens and dissolves Parliament, that is in the past. Now, the Prime Minister, what is his role? The Prime Minister is the head of government and the leader of the party that has the most seats in the House of Commons. The Prime Minister leads the executive branch of government. That is his function. He chairs meeting of the cabinet, that is the group of senior ministers, and represents the United Kingdom domestically and internationally. Now, the cabinet is formed by the Prime Minister, usually as it is everywhere. The ministers are responsible for specific government departments like health, education, or defense. Now, legislative process, it takes you back to the House of Commons. Now, we said it's all about passing bills. So a bill is a proposal for new law or change by an existing law. Now, how do bills move in these places? Bills go through first reading, second reading, then committee. There will be a committee stage, a stage where a committee will have to sit on the bills. Then they will report, whatever they have sat or whatever it is they discussed over a bill. Then they send the bill to pass through third readings. Then it goes to the House of Lords for scrutiny, before giving royal assent. Now, the committees. The parliamentary committees are made up of the MPs who meet to investigate specific issues in details. The elections, general elections, are held at least every 5 years to elect prime ministers to the House of Commons. Now, voters in each constituency elect one prime minister, and the party with the most prime minister typically form the government. Now, the voting system in the UK uses a system called the first past the post, where the candidate with the most votes in the constituency wins the seat. Now, since the 1990s, the UK has seen devolution, where powers have been transferred to regional government in Scotland. That is, they've devolved powers. Usually they used to be the main. UK used to be the main body that makes, that have virtually all the powers. But powers have been devolved, because the United Kingdom is made up of other constituencies or other regions like Scotland. It's made up of countries. There are a group of countries like Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and England itself. So when it comes to this now, the devolution of powers, now that Scotland can, they can pass their bills, the way they want, as well other countries like Wales and Northern Ireland. Now, there is also parliamentary sovereignty in this. Now, the UK has a system of sovereignty where Parliament is the supreme legal authority. It can create or end any law, and no other body, such as the court, can override its decision. Now, the principle has evolved over time, particularly with the United Kingdom membership in international agreements, like in the European Convention on Human Rights, now increasing the influence of the court. This session, as I said, is a short one. We do not have all the time to explain in further details, but please like and comment on this topic, the Parliament. Thank you. Thank you.